Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. I am your host, Saheem, the Dream.
With your co-host Jay Mac Middle Bean.
Travis.
Trav, Bayless in the building.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. If you guys are joining us for Wrestling Talks and Thoughts, we are here to hear from you wrestling fans. We want to know, what are your thoughts about wrestling, usually concerning WWE topics, but if there are any other topics concerning any other promotions, we are open to discuss them after we pretty much go through the program. Also, we are here to talk to the wrestling fans about wrestling, primarily WWE. We're talking about Backlash. If you are catching us on Facebook, you are catching us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. If you're coming into the room, give us a thumbs up, give us a share, give us a like, give us a subscribe. We want to communicate with you guys. We want to keep you guys in the loop, and we want to be in the loop with you guys. We want to kind of keep this thing going. We want to keep talking to you guys about wrestling. We want to know what you guys think. We want to know you guys' thoughts so we can constantly have these conversations, because we know you guys have a lot of feelings concerning the current state of WWE. We know you guys have a lot of feelings concerning how they're doing things as far as the program is going on. You guys have some ideas you guys want to definitely share with everyone else. So we want to know what you guys are thinking. We want to talk to you guys and have this conversation. So let's get into we're going to talk about Backlash last night, and then we'll get into some news and rumors. Yeah, pretty much that's what we'll do. And then we have some other topics that we're going to discuss along the way. Let's just talk about the first match. Or let's just get into this match. He said, I don't even want to talk about Sheamus's match. I'm not even going to mention that. I know it happened during the pre-show.
Sheamus fought?
Yeah, Sheamus fought. He fought during the pre-show.
Oh,
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, cool. My bad.
Yeah, he fought it. I don't think anybody cared.
Yeah, well, I didn't know why he was feuding with him. Like, this pointless.
Yeah, I don't think anybody cared. I didn't care. I think somebody cared. I think Sean Keys cared, because Sean likes. I think Sean Keys cared. I think, don't you like Sheamus too, Travis?
Negative. I like him I like him from a far distance, but not enough to pay attention to his match on the pre-show.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you were Sheamus fan too, man. Okay, so let's get into this Damian Priest versus Miz match.
All right.
The zombies.
Okay. I want the mic first, man. Let me speak on that.
Okay.
Because I remember at WrestleMania, everybody was so happy and so excited about Bad Bunny putting on this great show. And I told you guys, I felt like he stole the show. And understood it was for promotion-wise. It was for promoting the Latino community or whatever community it may have been, or just promoting him. Like I said in the group earlier today, I didn't know who he was until he did the Booker T, little show or whatever not. But to get to the topic, I didn't think the zombies was a bad idea. Mm-hmm. I think it hit everybody left. I don't think nobody was expecting that. The reason why I say I don't think it's a bad idea, because when you think about a lumberjack match and somebody said it, you always think about the good guy or the face. He never gets touched when he gets thrown out the ring. They just pick him up and help him back in the ring. Well, in this case, they changed it up. They put it to the point where nobody was untouchable. And it was promoting Batista's new show or movie, whatever that may be. So I think it was a good idea in my opinion. I didn't like the end, of course, with them all crowding up on the Miz. But the zombie deal wasn't a bad idea. It gave the lumberjack match a new look. Damian Priest wasn't exiled out. He got touched by the zombies too. So that's what I think about it.
I mean, I did see an instance where the good guy gets attacked by the Lumberjacks because typically they
Rarely.
Because honestly, the heel is the one who gets rarely touched. Because you think about it, in lumberjack matches traditionally, all the babyface lumberjacks stick to one side, and the heel sticks to the other side. So the heel normally throws the babyface out to the heel side of the lumberjack, and they always attack him and throw him in the ring. And then so it's the babyface lumberjack always the one who want to play fair and don't want to attack. So I mean, it's where they both got it, but.
That goes to my point that it wasn't a bad idea because it wasn't 6 and 6. It was 12 zombies on the side of the ring, and anybody was able to get it. It wasn't no good. It wasn't no face or heel. It was just anybody. It was Damian Priest or The Miz, whoever was out there. We even saw a moment where they actually teamed up to fight the zombies, which was actually, I think, a pretty decent moment.
Yeah, I like that movie. I like that moment.
All right, I'm going to hit the comment section real quick. Sean Schaefer actually had the opening comment. He said, "I would watch, but I would watch, but all I really have to say about last night is the only good parts were Rhea winning and Bianca winning. The Cesaro Reigns match was all right, but got boring for a little bit, and I just didn't like the ending." So he was kind of like, not really too satisfied with the pay-per-view. But back to Damian Priest and The Miz. But Sean Schaefer, thank you for joining us again. Also, give us a thumbs up. Definitely keep talking with us. Give us your thoughts about different matches, especially this Damian Priest match and Miz match. So this match here, Damian Priest, the zombies was too much. I was like, I know they try to promote their movie. I'm gonna tell you, I thought it was a horrible idea. I was like, what the hell is happening here? I was like, so now we got zombies in the WWE universe. I was like, next thing we're gonna have Superman, we're gonna have werewolves. Cesaro was Count Dracula last night. You guys peeped that. He had the Dracula fangs in his mouth. So it's just like, certain things I'm just like, nah, it's not happening, dude. Like, you need to not do this. Again, if you guys are catching us, give us a thumbs up. Give us a comment. If you're catching us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Give us a comment in the comment section below. We want to comment. We want to conversate with you guys. Also, give us subscriptions. A subscription plug, please. Hit the subscription button. We want to talk to you guys about wrestling right now. We are talking about Damien Priest and The Miz and this whole zombie fiasco. Let's move on to the next match. And
obviously, as we all know, the zombies were performance center wrestlers.
Oh, so that's what they were? Yeah, somebody in the group chat put they thought that somebody would at least have a zombie dressed up as Jerry Lawler. I think there was Ant.
Unbelievable.
Hey, like I said, I didn't think it was a bad idea. I'm not saying it was the best idea they had, but it wasn't a bad idea. It gave me something to look.
You was entertained by that?
You said what now?
You was entertained by that?
No, but it's the fact that it didn't steal the show like Bad Bunny did. So why is it a bad idea? Bad Bunny literally stole WrestleMania. The zombies was just promoting the movie, and it was a difference in Lumberjack Mexico. When I first thought about it, I was like, a Lumberjack man, okay, they gonna get 6 guys that like Damian Priest, 6 guys that like The Miz, and then we're gonna go from there. I was expecting the same thing, but when I saw the actual match, I was like, oh, okay, something different. WWE needs something different.
Yeah, but what made it bad? Chanel Ramsey comments: WWE meets The Walking Dead. See, but what made it bad was like if you look at like Bad Bunny is an entertainer, right? So Bad Bunny, he's a performer. They've had entertainers and performers because again, WWE is wrestling entertainment, sports entertainment. But then on the other hand, you got zombies who are like fantasy characters. Like these are not like actual real life, living beings. Like, and you just added them to a universe that deals more with reality, deal with breaking the fourth wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like it's 2 different universes colliding, and I'm just like,
But sometimes going outside the box and trying something, it doesn't hurt. Not saying, like I said, this is not the best thing they did. It was on a scale of 1 to 10, in my opinion, with the Zombies, it's a 3 or 4, or maybe even a 5. I give it a 5. Honestly, I'll give it a 5 because it was something different. That's all I'm saying.
It
was something different. It's something different. It's nothing. Think about it. When the last time WWE did something different that made you like, okay, I'm not hip to it, but I'll accept it. It's been a while.
They did that with the Fiend. They did that with the Demon. They did that with giving Bobby Lashley the title. They did that with giving the title. I was into that.
We saw only thing that was like wow was the Fiend. I'll give you that. But honestly, we saw Bobby Lashley coming from a mile away.
All right. So Chanel Ramsey says, I don't mind the Zombies. She also says, I feel like it didn't take away from the match and added to the dark mystique of Damien.
I agree with you.
All right, let's move to the next topic. SmackDown Tag Team Championship: Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler versus Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. So, I already had my bets in on this one. I already knew what was going to happen. I already felt like this was going to happen because the Dirty Dogs losing the titles is going to set up the Usos winning the tag titles. And then also give a rub to Dominic Mysterio being like the youngest WWE competitor to ever win a major title. Well, not the youngest, because Nicholas was actually the youngest WWE competitor to win a title.
The 7-year-old never got in the big ring.
So can we like digest this real quick? Dominic Mysterio has won a title on the main roster before Keith Lee, before Aleister Black.
Yep.
Wait. Don't do that. Don't do that because Bad Bunny won the title before he did too. So don't do that. Bad Bunny won the title. Every time y'all bring up something else, no, don't do it. Every time y'all hit it, I'm gonna hit y'all with the Bad Bunny. He won the title. Let's not go there. Next.
Rob Gronkowski won that belt. That belt does not count.
Yeah, that belt. I mean, everybody, we know that belt is not like really a serious belt. We know that belt was made for pure entertainment. Like it's only.
I don't care if it was wrestling talks and thoughts belt. He won it before all these characters that you just named. Don't do that. Let's go on. Man. What else we got to talk about? But I do agree with you, Saeed. I think that did set up for Jimmy and Jay to win the titles off them. But I got a bigger picture that I think gonna happen before they win those titles. Okay. I think we will see between now and the next pay-per-view, on the next pay-per-view, Jimmy versus Jey Uso for the first time in WWE history, with high stakes with high stakes on the line. That's what I think will happen before we.
High stakes though. What will be the stake? What will be online?
I mean, it's gonna be one or two things. Either he fall in line with Roman Reigns, or Jay have to leave Roman Reigns' side. And with Roman Reigns being on the best heel streak of his life, I see him falling in line and then them winning the titles off them. But I do see a Jimmy versus Jey Uso, because that nobody shirt, I gotta get one. I'm with you now, Jay.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting one.
Oh yeah, that shirt is fire. Chanel Ramsey says shaking my head crazy, and she put laugh out loud. Yeah, so I definitely agree. Next topic: Universal Championship, Roman Reigns versus Cesaro. Roman Reigns versus Cesaro.
Sorry, Ant.
What happened?
Sorry, Ant.
Well, this is the thing. So, I went through every match on the card last night. gave my predictions as to who I think was going to win, who I think wasn't going to win. Chanel Ramsey says she loves the shirt. She loves Jimmy Uso's shirt. I love it too. Everybody, you know, she gave. I gave my perspective, and then actually gave reasons why I think it's going to go in this direction and why it's going to go in that direction, because based on how they booked everything. I knew that Cesaro wasn't going to win. I think we all knew Cesaro wasn't going to win. We were hoping that Cesaro did win, but we knew he wasn't going to win because what they have with Roman right now is too good to let go. And of course, the only way they're going to let this angle go completely is if they A, create a superstar, or B, we were discussing in the group yesterday. I was discussing with Ant this morning, that B, more than likely have Roman face The Rock, which would be a great way to lead toward the end of Roman's head of the table kind of big reign, because we know they're gonna like carry this on in some capacity, like going down the line. But this is the start, and there's going to be a big finish, or there's going to be an ending off of this big first initial reign. So I think it's probably going to end with The Rock, because I think The Rock is going to take the belt off Roman, and then the belt is actually going to probably go back to Roman, and then somebody else is going to take the belt off of Roman again in a big match, so they could build a new superstar. I think that person is either going to be Big E or Cesaro or somebody else, but there's going to be a superstar that's going to be made in them taking the belt off of Reigns. Chanel Ramsey says, tell Cesaro to take those fangs out of his mouth. Stupid. I like the fangs. The fangs are fine.
It was a good match. It was a little back and forth. I kind of like the match overall, honestly. It wasn't a bad match.
Yeah. I thought
my perspective, I like the match. I'm gonna be honest. I hate to say this, as big as a Cesaro fan I am, I still didn't want him to win. And I'm gonna keep saying this until they do it. I don't want to see Roman Reigns lose that title until you make me believe that he's the head of the table. Because right now he has nobody at the table but one person. So until you make me believe
about Paul E. dangerously.
Yeah, he has Paul Heyman. He does have Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman is wherever the money is. I ain't counting him. Bottom line, he's wherever somebody that's big name that can hold the title is. Bottom line is, I'm not ready for him to lose that title until they put some people behind him. And honestly, right now, it is a picture-perfect moment to add Seth Rollins to that picture. If you're not going to give us Jimmy, at least give us Seth.
So you think Seth should be added to the picture as far as the heavyweight title picture?
No, I mean, I think he should fall in line with Roman Reigns. He keeps coming out attacking. Yes, he keeps coming out attacking Cesaro. They don't have nothing for him to do right now. So he keeps bringing up old beef with Cesaro, because with Cesaro in the title picture, there's no faces on Raw right now. You think about it. The only SmackDown right now. The only two faces they have right now on SmackDown is KO and Cesaro. So and Big E, and they got Big E
on SmackDown.
Shinsuke may have turned a new leaf the other night. You see what he did after the match? He might be going heel again. So really, you got Big E, huh?
I didn't finish SmackDown.
Oh yeah, Shinsuke he had a heelish moment at the end of his match. So you got.
I wouldn't say that was a heel moment.
I said it's kind of one of those on the fences one. So you got Big E, you got Cesaro, and you got Seth Rollins. Right now, Big E is still in the feud with I can't ever call this guy name when I need to, Apollo Crews, and they don't have nothing for Seth to do. Why not?
How dare you forget the name of the Nigerian?
Because he's not real. He just made it up.
The king of Wakanda. Wakanda forever.
He ain't from Wakanda. He probably right down the street from one of us. His house.
This is a
Grew up,
disgrace.
born and raised.
This is a disgrace. How do you not understand the true king and a leader of Nigeria?
He probably ain't never been to Nigeria.
But no, he actually is Nigerian descent, though. He actually has family from Nigeria.
He from there?
Yeah, he has family from Nigeria. Yeah,
has family.
Unlike Kofi, who's actually Ghanan. Unlike Kofi, who's from Africa, and they had him come in with the Jamaican accent.
No. My question is, you said he got family there. Is he from there?
You asking a lot of questions, Travis. I don't know, man.
I'm just saying.
For what I do know, he is from Nigeria.
Okay.
From what I do know. But I'll look into it. I'll look into it.
I'll look into it too.
As a matter of fact, Jay, can you just Google real quick if Apollo Crews is from Nigeria?
Man, that man straight from New York City.
Matter of fact, somebody said he's from Jersey. So, matter of fact, Ann just joined us, so maybe Ann can tell us if he's from Apollo Crews is from Nigeria.
He's straight from New Jersey.
From what I read, he actually is from Nigeria. That's what I read. All right. We gotta move forward because we're pressing for time.
So personal life, Uha is of Nigerian descent. His father is originally from Bankadi. I don't want to butcher that place, but Benue State in the middle of Belt region of Nigeria. His mother's also from Benue State, Nigeria.
But he's not from Nigeria. It's a descent.
Yeah, he has a Nigerian descent. Yeah,
descent. So that means he's not from Nigeria.
All right, he can have the Nigerian accent, but he's not from Nigeria.
But he's not from Nigeria. So you're right. He's not from Nigeria. He's descent. He's the descendant of, but he's not an actual Nigerian. Like he's not. He didn't come from Africa. So yeah. Anthony says he's descent. His dad name is Uha Nation. I remember when he was Uha Nation. I remember when I heard about him being Uha Nation and him coming to WWE. That was years ago, man. Raw Women's Championship: Rhea Ripley versus Asuka versus Charlotte. Anthony Cobb says, but he's really from Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Like I said, right up the street from you, Jay.
It's more so up close to my aunt because she lives on Mountain right now. So,
all right, Rhea Ripley. I was mad at that match.
I thought that was a good match. I really enjoyed the match.
I didn't say it wasn't a good match. I was mad at the match because I'm tired of them using Asuka as a stepchild.
Come on. Okay, listen, man. Listen, here's the thing. Hold on, let me say this. Here's the thing. Because you have Batista going in on social media, right? Getting mad at WWE because the way Asuka has been losing. And I'm like, bro, like, why are you getting mad? Like, are you serious? Like, Asuka's literally a 3-time women's champion. What are you talking about? Like, she's been used properly. Like,
okay. Let me come to his defense.
She's had a lengthy reign that almost lasted a year. Her last reign almost lasted a year. So I think she had like 2 reigns. Like one reign was like maybe like 5 months or something, like 4 or 5 months, and then another reign was like 7, 8, 9 months or something like that. So she was being used very, very well and preserved very well. You know what I'm saying? The only bad part about Asuka's being mishandled was when she came to the main roster and she was beat by Charlotte Flair, which made absolutely no sense. And then her undefeated streak was beaten, which made no sense. And then how they had that little decline. But then eventually, when they started giving her the title opportunity, they were using her right. So she's a former world champion. She's great. I love her. But again, you have Rhea Ripley, who now needs to be built. You have, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So again, I don't see what the problem is.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How many times have Asuka beat Charlotte Flair?
Twice. She beat her twice. What are you talking about?
She beat her on what show?
On Raw.
On Raw.
On Raw. On Raw.
Okay. How many times has she beat her at a pay-per-view?
0.
None. It's just like Sasha Banks. She's 0-6 at WrestleManias. Like, this is ridiculous. This is an outrage. And I'm saying this because Asuka is a great competitor. And not so much, I'm not so much mad that she lost this match. I'm just tired of her getting pinned every time they put Charlotte Flair in the picture. Why Charlotte Flair didn't get pinned last night? That would have been a bigger topic to talk about than her pinning Asuka.
Yeah.
The only weird part of that match for me, honestly, was Asuka being thrown to the ropes and Charlotte kicking her and then disappearing. Like, how you kick Asuka into the rip tie? I mean, the rip tie.
Yeah.
And you disappear. Like, you was on a rope. You kicked her. Why can't you come in and break up the match? I mean, break up the floor.
And I'm sorry, but Rhea Ripley, as good as she is, the riptide is trash. Find something better.
All right, hold on a second. All right, so before we continue on, Anthony says it's over for Asuka, man. She had her run. Anthony says she was unbeaten for over a year. He
over
says
3.
She had her run. It's time for Ripley's era. Anthony also says it doesn't matter. A win is a win. And then also Anthony says if the Knicks beat the Nets and it's not on TV, it still counts as a win. Right, like this is the thing, though. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Travis, because I felt the same way about The Rock. Like The Rock was like literally. The Rock was like, The Rock has one of the worst WrestleMania win streaks ever. Like he's never won a major title at a WrestleMania yet, despite being one of the biggest stars they've ever had. If not bigger than Austin, as big as Austin. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy because The Rock never won a major title. He has 2 victories at WrestleMania. No, he has one against Austin, one against John Cena, and one against I think it was Triple H or somebody for the Intercontinental title. And then he lost twice to Austin at WrestleMania. He lost to Triple H at WrestleMania 2000. He lost the Rock and Sock Connection tag match at WrestleMania. I mean, The Rock has had The Rock is a major star who's never won a major title on that platform. Never. He's never. So I get it, you know what I'm saying? But then you have Mick Foley, who's a big star, never won a major title. You have Shawn Michaels, who's only won the title once at WrestleMania. Once, but has a horrible win streak at WrestleMania. As a matter of fact, Shawn Michaels has the worst WrestleMania win streak. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't really count. I get it. Like certain people should have a WrestleMania moment, but do they really need to if they're being utilized a certain way? You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's be honest. The Rock, all those guys you just named, The Rock, Shawn Michaels, all those guys, like literally was legendary. They were legendary. They didn't really need a WrestleMania moment because they were WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Unlike building the women's division, Asuka is not WrestleMania. She's a great competitor. She's one of those guys. She's one of those girls that can steal a show in a heartbeat. And that's why I feel like sometimes the WWE need to watch what they do, because her losing that double women to Charlotte Flair, her streak almost 3 years unbeaten, and then also the WWE title, that was too much for somebody's first appearance on the grandest stage of them all. I mean, don't get me wrong, The Rock could have won one title and his picture would have still been blown up the way it is. Same thing with Shawn Michaels. But Asuka is never going to get that type of fame that they got, and she's still going to have that win streak, lose streak on WrestleMania.
But all right, bro. I think Asuka already has it. I think Asuka's one of the most popping women's champions we've had in a while. Like she's and that's the thing. Is like, well, let me get to this comment real quick. Rhea's finisher is trash. I believe that's Ant or Ethan. If you're all right, so this is the thing. If you guys are joining the live, the reason why it says Facebook user is because StreamYard is asking for permission to use your name. So just click yes for permission to use your name, so that way your name pops up. That's the reason why your name doesn't pop up. That's why it just says Facebook user. Also, all right. So Anthony Cobb says he lost to Hollywood. He lost to Hollywood Cena as well. Speaking of The Rock, Michael Cole has the greatest WrestleMania record ever.
Yes, 1-0, undefeated.
1-0.
Oh my God, it's Josue. All right, Josue. Thank you for joining us, Josue. Yeah, Rhea Ripley's Riptide. I mean, what is it like? I mean, this is the meltdown. All right, but yeah, but let me just get the pump. Well, let me just get to this, right? Get to this point. Rhea Ripley is, I'm not Rhea Ripley. Asuka's like one of the most popular champions. Like, that's the reason why she actually got the belt, was because fans were pissed off. They were livid that Asuka was being treated the way she was. Like, yo, what? Like, what's going on? Like, why isn't Asuka getting the belt? No, give Asuka the belt. And Becky Lynch realized, Becky Lynch knew that. So Becky was like, yo, the person I want to give the belt to is Asuka. Let me give it to Asuka. Even though Becky really wanted Shayna Baszler to beat her for the belt, and she seen that, okay, WWE was against it, so she's like, all right, let me give it to Asuka. You know what I'm saying? She gave it to Asuka, and again, Asuka was a popular champion. So, I mean, Asuka's a legend already. Like, it's already cemented. She's one of the greatest, if not the best wrestler on that roster. You know what I'm saying? Asuka's phenomenal in the ring. So, I mean, whether she gets the WrestleMania moment or not, which I think she should get, you know, she's a legend.
I need you to read this comment from Eric so I can respond.
All right, okay. All right, Anthony Cobbs, what more do you want from Asuka? You want her to start speaking English next, Trav? Give it up. She's in the back seat, and once Becky comes back, she'll be in the trunk. She held.
Okay, so let me respond to that. You may be right, Cobb. You might be right, but let me put it to you this way. She don't have to speak English, but what I'm saying is the mistreatment of great wrestlers. Look at Cesaro. He's been in the WWE for years, and he just got his first single competition on WrestleMania. Now, Asuka is different because it's the women's division. But as given as good as wrestler she is, she shouldn't always have to take the back seat to Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair is a 13-time women's champion and tried to make it 14 last night. Understand, she got, 2 or 3 more before she catch John Cena and Ric Flair? That's ridiculous, bro. Let's be honest.
Well, let's look at it this way. Tamina took 11 years just to get a title.
A title.
But you do understand Tamina had at least 11 injuries in those 11 years.
Hey, it doesn't matter. It took her 11 years.
It does. I mean, what good? What good does
charity title? Like, all right.
What good does it do for her to win a title and then have to relinquish it? Then I'd be feeling that sad moment like I did when Finn Balor won and had to relinquish it. After him and Seth Rollins made a classic, the next night he got to come out and give it up. Nah, I don't want to see that.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me hit this comment section. She held it down for the pandemic era. She held it down every time she was the champion. Asuka's great, bro, but she really stamped herself as a legend. She did. Asuka did.
She did. I 100% agree.
And you're right. I mean, yeah, she won a Women's Royal Rumble. She's like a 3-time WWE champion, women's champion. She's a tag champ. She's pretty much done it all. But I say this. Let me say this to this one point, and this will be my last point concerning this topic. As far as Charlotte Flair, see, my thing about Charlotte Flair being a 13-time women's champion, that's not my problem. My problem is not how many times a person wins the title. I don't have an issue with that. My issue is how they're winning this title. You know what I'm saying? It's the it's them being crammed into the picture every time. And what I mean by crammed is, why are you being brought, like, again, in this triple threat match? Charlotte did not need to be added. There was no need for Charlotte. Charlotte was not needed. And if anything, what would have made sense would have been Rhea Ripley fighting Charlotte one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Just so Rhea Ripley can prove that she's a legitimate Raw Women's Champion. That would have made more sense. But when they just keep shoving Charlotte into these heavyweight title pitches, that don't make any sense. And I'm quite sure like the reason for it is, oh, we wanted more excitement. We wanted to add someone to the mix that was going to make things a little bit better. I'm quite sure that's probably the excuse. That's probably the excuse. But again, the match was good in my opinion. I enjoyed the match. It was good because it had you hanging on your seat like, is Charlotte gonna freaking win again? And we're gonna have to be pissed and damn near break our TVs because this freaking woman won again. You know what I'm saying? But that's what kept us on the edge of our seats. But it's just how she's being put in these situations to where she's winning the titles at moments that she don't need to win the title.
I agree with you on that.
So that's
10
my
seconds. I just said, like I said, I didn't have a problem with Rhea Ripley winning the title. I don't have a problem with Rhea winning the title back. But what I do have a problem with, like you said, they keep cramming Charlotte in these matches. So my question is, if you're going to continue to cram her in the matches, why not let her take the pinfall? Because Asuka has given a lot back to WWE with losing her first match on the grand stage of them all. Then she even had to take the back seat and be given the title versus fighting for it. I think that's a more slap in the face than losing in. So, like I said, it's not about Rhea Ripley, honestly. It's just about, like you said, how WWE used them. I only said she got 13 title wins because it's crazy that you think about it. She's been in the WWE for maybe 10 years, and she's finna catch John Cena and Ric Flair. Basically, so are they going to really let her tie her father's accusations?
Of course.
I mean, accolades?
You said what? Say it again. What's the last thing you said?
He said, are they going to let her catch her father? Are they going to let her tie her father accolades or surpass them?
Of course.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a bad idea. Honestly, it is. Because you got too many good women wrestlers that can give you that same energy. And Rhea Ripley is showing you, hey, I can perform with or without the title. So, hey, why not, let her lose the belt a couple times and gain it back before you get Charlotte another title?
Yeah. We got to move on to the next subject. Anthony Cobb says Charlotte was not needed in none of those triple threat matches she was in. That's very true. Most of the greats had titles handed to them. Triple H is probably the best world heavyweight champ ever. Remember how he got that belt?
The big gold.
Yeah, big gold. Josue says she got the title reigns because of her name. But I think it's both because again, I think Charlotte got the title reigns because of her name and because Charlotte is really a good wrestler.
She's a good performer.
She really is. I gotta give Charlotte her credit and give credit where credit is due. Is Charlotte a better wrestler than Asuka? No. Is Charlotte a better wrestler than Bianca Belair? No. Is Charlotte a better wrestler than Sasha Banks?
You don't mess it up now.
No, I don't think. I say it's like a tie. But Charlotte is definitely one of the best. If I say top competitors, I mean, again, I've seen matches with. I put it to you like I've never seen a match. I've never seen a match with Charlotte that I considered a classic, unless it probably was like an NXT match or something like that. But I've never seen the NXT matches. But I've seen matches with Sasha Banks and Bayley. I don't even like Bayley, but I can honestly say I've seen two matches with Bayley that I considered classics, and these wasn't NXT matches because I already know like their matches were great. But Bayley has actually I've seen two matches with Bayley that I looked at and said these are classics to me. Like this is a great match, But I've never seen that with Charlotte. I just seen moments where she just won. She had good matches, but I think the Staten Island Princess is a better wrestler than Charlotte.
I don't know, and
nah, and I don't know.
What Stephen A. say? Stay off the weed.
I don't know.
All
right, so Bianca Belair versus Bayley. Hey, we want some Bayley. Oh man, do I miss the crowd?
Oh yeah, hey, we want some Bayley. Oh yeah, that chant was amazing.
Horrible.
That was, yo, I missed that chant. I'm with Ant. I missed that chant.
Horrible.
So Bianca Belair versus Bayley.
I like the match.
I liked it. It was. I thought it was a great match because this is my point, and I like the match because again, the match was really solidifying Bianca Belair as a strong women's champion. So you could tell like they're trying to really push Bianca Belair to be like a mainstay champion. Like the way she beat Bayley was very convincing.
Yeah. And I did hear that they're possibly thinking about being that Bianca won with her braid. I'm thinking that they're looking into doing a hair versus hair match with Bianca and Bayley.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So Bayley's going bald. He's going bald.
First of all, the match was good. I enjoyed that match. I kind of wish for a different ending. You know, I hated she got the fast pinfall, but I enjoyed the match. But I like Bayley's new character. I like Bayley when she first went heel versus the person we see her now. But I agree with you on Bianca. I think that they are pushing her to be one of the best champions, which they should. And like I said, she did an awesome job. I was waiting on her to hit Bayley with that ponytail though. That's what I was waiting on. I wanted to hear that lick again. We ain't seen Sasha Banks since she got hit with it. So I was hoping that took Bayley out for a
minute. Yeah, we definitely did. Anthony Ann says, I like the way Bianca won. Shows she can be a dirty player as well. Anthony says, this just in, Jay McMahon will be the 5th member of the Team Raw at Survivor Series.
No. I am the captain, and I am the team captain, and I'll be putting together the best Survivor Series team this year. Stay tuned.
All right. All right. So this is the last match because we got to hurry up. We are pressed for time. All right. Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre versus Braun. I like the match. It was good. I enjoyed it.
I saw a glimpse of it, but I didn't really watch the whole match. Honestly,
I did. It was a show full of basically big men trying to put on a show, and they did an awesome job. And I can honestly say this is the first pay-per-view or any title shot Braun Strowman has been in that I can honestly say I was rooting for him to win. Not because of Drew or Bobby, but just Bobby Lashley is not his championship run is not sitting on me quite well. It's like one of those championships I'm like, okay. And Drew, it seems like they don't know what to do with Drew, so they keep throwing him in the picture. But Braun is a breath of fresh air, in my opinion. I feel like they're going to have to stop dodging that bullet shortly, and they're going to have to put that title on him. They're going to have to stop dodging it. They're going to have to put that title on him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And definitely Ann agrees too. I agree 100% as well. Braun made that match what it was. I can honestly say that when I watched that match, Anthony Cobb also says I have more respect for Braun after that match. When I watched that match, I sat there and I really did like a character analysis. I looked at Bobby, I looked at Braun, and I looked at Drew, and I said, out of all 3 of these big guys, I says Braun alone has the most charisma. Braun doesn't need an MVP. Braun doesn't need a Paul Heyman. Braun does not need to come out with a sword. Braun does not need a Dolph Ziggler. Braun didn't really need Bray Wyatt. I mean, he only needed Bray Wyatt in the respect that he needed to be as far as being introduced. But Braun alone, his charisma alone helped carry his own career. Like Braun is the big man. Braun is in my opinion, like I totally agree with you. And when I watched that match, I was like, yo, and I agree with you, Trav. Like that's the same thing that popped in my head, Travis. Like when I watched that match, I said, there's only but so long they can dodge this bullet. You got to put that title on Braun. Like Braun is it. Like
Well,
I like Bobby.
I'm a differential with the Bray situation. I think he did need Bray as the introduction and as the dark side of him. Like, I don't think we would have seen the same Braun dark side if it wasn't for Bray. So I kind of disagree with you on that. I think he did need Bray to bring him out of that shell. But now that he's out of that shell, yo, you got to put the title on that guy. I mean, because last night he put on a show. Like, his mic skills ain't great, but he can keep you entertained if you keep that mic on him for 2 minutes or less.
Yeah.
Nothing over 2 minutes on that microphone.
But you know what? This is the thing, though. This sounds funny. This is 2 minutes or less, but this is the thing, though. This sounds different, and I know it's a different direction because I was sitting there watching the match, and I was saying to myself, I was like, you know what? It's like the main, like the guy we're supposed to be trying to cheer for is Drew McIntyre, but I can't help but to just look more at Braun and Bobby. Like it's like Drew was there as just to me as a good competitor, but I feel like they should do this. They should skip the whole, Drew McIntyre thing, trying to make him this big baby face. They should go with Braun and turn McIntyre back into the Scottish psychopath, and then work that angle, work it from there.
I think. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Let me just read. I'm gonna read these comments real quick. Josue says Braun needs a title. Anthony Cobb says Braun really has stamina for a big guy. They went at hard hitting. They went at it hard hitting for over 35 minutes, 385 pounds, and moving like that. And he also says he definitely moved up in my best big man list after last night. Be honest with you, Braun became my favorite when he was doing the promos. But when I seen him, when he had that match with Big Show, I seen it. I was like, yo, bro, I was like, he did a drop kick off the top ropes. It was just like,
and he's bigger. I mean, he's younger than all of them also, so we got to take into that fact. But not to backtrack. Didn't you said drop kick off the top rope? I'm sick of this Damian Priest spinning heel kick off the top rope. He needs to just take that out of his arsenal, and because the setup is weird and awkward, and then when he does it, it's just like, what the heck? So yeah, he needs to take that out of his arsenal. But yeah, from how y'all talking about the match, I'm gonna actually go back and watch it tonight after Raw. But yeah, Braun, obviously out of the three we're talking about, Braun is the youngest. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously he would possibly be, more in shape, more athletic, so it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Can I speak on this though? I think with Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins, right now the WWE has nothing for them to do, and that's because of the lack of build in other characters. So yeah. I think for right now they're being thrown in matches, thrown in pictures that they feel that can give a little boost and a little stamina to something that doesn't look as great. So for me, I just say Drew, it's not the fact that Drew needs to go back to heel. I think the WWE, because he had the title for so long and there was nobody really to challenge him one-on-one to really take that title away. Now, if you look at the roster, the Raw roster, there is no one that he can beef with that he hasn't already put a hurting on, other than Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
So I think that's the problem, and that's the same thing goes for Seth. They have nobody for him to feud with. So what did he do? He come out last night. He beat Cesaro up after the match. Who knows if we're gonna see Cesaro again? He gonna be out for probably a couple of weeks, maybe. But I'm just saying they have to find something for those guys to do. They don't have nothing for those guys to do right now.
Yeah. Anthony Cobb says he got more in store too. As speaking of Braun, I think he's more athletic than we think. Talking about Braun, Anthony Cobb also says, and I'm glad they didn't play that damn train sound effect last night. I hope that wasn't an error. I hope it was an error. I hope it's gone. Laugh out loud. Speaking of like somebody playing something annoying, am I the only person that's like tired of seeing that damn Pizza Hut commercial on Raw every Monday? I hate that stupid commercial. yo?
I think I think they got something to do with some money. That's only why it's coming up every week. It don't bother me because I don't pay attention to commercials. I walk away.
I hate that damn commercial. All right, so we're gonna get into some news and rumors. We're gonna get into some news and rumors, other topics. Stay tuned. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us on Facebook Live, you're joining us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up, drop a comment in the comment section below. If you're catching us on Facebook Live, give us a share so that people can see us on your timeline. All your wrestling buddies or your wrestling pals can see us on the timeline and they can chime in. Shares to your wrestling groups. Talk to us. We want to talk to you. We are wrestling fans, and we want to talk to wrestling fans. We want to hear from you. We want you guys to join into the conversation. We want you guys to be part of the Wrestling Talks and Thoughts community. Come and talk with us. This is I'm your host, Aheem the Dream. I'm here with Travis, and I'm here with my co-host, J Mac Main, and we're about to get into some news and rumors. Your boy, J Mac Main, has some news and rumors for you.
I got a few too.
Trav has a few for you as well. So the first topic, Bischoff wants an AEW WWE crossover.
Well, it's more so what Bischoff says what needs to happen for an AEW WWE crossover. All right, so the article says Eric Bischoff is a veteran in the pro wrestling business and undoubtedly one of the greatest minds who ever have worked in it. He's well aware of the changing landscape in pro wrestling as well. AEW partnership with Impact and New Japan Pro Wrestling has just opened the doors of a lot of possibilities as far as crossovers are concerned. However, AEW and WWE have yet to cross over. Speaking with Foundation Radio, Eric Bischoff talked about what is necessary in order to have a crossover between AEW and WWE. Bischoff stated that AEW has to go head to head with WWE. He added that the stakes has to be high as well. So he says, I know everybody wants to talk about the Wednesday Night Wars and comparing their AEW to WWE. And here's what has to happen for that to be viable. The AEW approach. AEW is going to have to go head to head. There's got to be a fight. There has to be a battle in a case where you're laying down an AEW versus WWE match, champion versus champion. Okay, that sounds really cool if you're in cosplay wrestling journalist and a fan of those people. But it would only work if there's high stakes. And the only stakes that matters are who turns out the biggest audience, says Bischoff. While the AEW and WWE will be working together anytime soon, anything is possible in the world of pro wrestling. So perhaps fans might get a chance to see a crossover between the two companies one day.
I would say if you're going to do that crossover, just do it at Survivor Series. You know, Raw, SmackDown come together, make one team. AEW come together, make a team. And you have champions versus champions. Nobody lose their title. It's just a crossover. And I would book that for 2022. Let AEW get some more time under their belt before that happens.
Anthony Cobb says they can't go head to head with WWE. AEW don't have enough main guys on their roster. They only been active for 2 years. Anthony Cobb also says, I see them working with each other, but no time soon.
2022, 2023.
All right. I think I don't. Again, I agree with Ant. They don't have enough main guys. They got Young Bucks, Hangman Page, Pac, Cody Rhodes. Who else? Don't tell me Brian Cage. Don't tell me Luchasaurus.
Oh no!
Don't tell me MJ. Don't.
Well, well for them, Moxley.
Moxley, right? Moxley.
Who else? Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega.
Miracle. You know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
I mean, I'm just calling by his name. You know, I can't call him Rusev no more.
Oh, Miro.
Oh, right. Okay,
Miro, Miracle, whatever his name is.
Oh, Miro, yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, I see that as a Survivor Series only type of thing.
Anthony Cobb says, I see it happening when Vince steps down. Anthony Cobb says, Hangman, yeah. Anthony says,
oh yeah, I forgot about
Anthony, don't start with that daggone Luchasaurus, man. I mean, all right. Anyway, let me just stop. All right.
Right.
Next topic, Jay.
Yeah, that's a good spelling.
So, for all you fans out there, we have some good news for you. Posible for all my Spanish people out there. So, Zelena Vega was released from her WWE contract in November 2020. She was spotted at the Performance Center this week, and there are plans to bring her back. There are also several questions in this situation. Vega was released after she fought WWE's third-party band. She opened her OnlyFans page and continued on Twitch. Following her release from WWE, she stayed on Twitch. She was also making more from Twitch than her WWE deal at the time. Ringside News asked around about Vega's return, and we can confirm that it's currently being discussed within the creative team. At this time, the plan is to bring her back to the main roster, not NXT. They are still figuring out specifics right now. It is not confirmed which brand she will be on or how they will work her back into the storyline. There are a few options available for her right now, including something with her husband, Aleister Black's new character. Vega was filming some content with Simone Johnson, which is The Rock's daughter. It's unclear what she was doing with The Rock's daughter at the Performance Center. The company obviously has plans for her. On an unrelated note, Vega also played AJ Lee in Fighting with My Family, a film produced by The Rock's $7 production. Thea Trinidad was heartbroken when WWE released her. That was a very hard time for her in her career, and she used the opportunity to talk about unionizing. We will have to see how her second run turns out. It was previously reported that Zelena Vega was locked into a contract that prohibited her from talking to AEW. Few thought that her deal was with WWE. It turns out that very well all might be the case all along.
So Zelena Vega talked about unionizing. So we already know what's going to happen in her deal. Oh, you can come back as long as you don't bring up that union conversation.
Let me say that I heard what he said about putting her with her husband, but I don't think that's a great idea right now because they're not using Aleister Black right there. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do with Aleister Black. So that wouldn't be a great idea. But what could be a great idea, just think about it. Take a moment. She got a dark side. We've seen it before. Let's team her with Alexa Bliss for a moment. Just for a moment.
No. Wow. Okay, because okay, this is the thing, right? All right, so I'm gonna read Ant's comments real quick, and then I'm gonna go into exactly what you said and pretty much, tie in what Ant said as well. This is what's best for business. Make her dark and put her with her husband. The time is right for her to be paired with her husband. Ant also says, I'm telling you, there's still hope for Samoa Joe to be brought back this summer. Just a prime example. She went against protocol and she is being brought back. I also have some news about Samoa Joe.
I told you.
There's still hope for Joe.
I told you. I said, listen, just because Joe got released does not mean he's not going to be brought back. They did it with Drake Maverick. They're doing it with Zelena Vega. When he got released, I said on the day he got released from the show, I said, I'm sure that they're going to bring him back because he's a big name and everybody was asking for it.
But we don't have word or even rumor that he's coming back yet. This is just our thoughts.
Right, but it's, at the same time, maybe they wait for him to clear, protocol and make sure he's 100% ready and healthy to come back.
But he can't. But hold on, Si. He can't clear protocols because here's the thing: he can clear protocols with the doctors, but he has to clear them with WWE doctors. We saw that with Daniel Bryan. That's why it took Daniel Bryan so long to come back. He got cleared. Daniel Bryan got cleared almost a year before WWE even cleared him to wrestle. He was cleared before he took the GM stage.
Right, but at the same time, you don't have to be employed with WWE to seek for their doctors to clear you. You know what I'm saying? They could be, if Vince says, "Yo, go look at this guy," they're not gonna say, "Oh, nah, he's not in the country. We're not gonna do it." They're gonna do it, and if they give the heads up like, "Yo, he's good. I think he can." I mean, he's good. He passed the test. He's good. I'm saying that's only.
Go ahead, sir.
Well, what was I gonna say? Shoot. So the rumor is, I read a rumor that Samoa Joe was actually, what's the word? He was teased for Slammiversary.
Yeah, I heard that too.
That's a rumor, but I don't know. But I don't know if it's Joe or not. I hope that Joe decides to say, you know what, I'm gonna chill and not go to any major promotion and just wait for WWE to give me another offer. Wait a few months for them to give me another offer, or try to still negotiate something with them. I want Joe to do that. I don't want Joe to go back. Joe don't need to go back to TNA. Joe don't need to go to AEW. Joe needs to go back to WWE. That's the stage he belongs. He belongs on a big stage. He's worked his whole entire career to be somewhere like that, and that's where he needs to go. And
then honestly, my bad. Before you read the comment, I mean, pairing Zelena with Aleister with them being dark, it'll be the main roster equivalent to Scarlett and Karrion Kross.
Right. As a matter of fact, and they don't even have to do it the same way. Again, Zelena Vega is great on the mic. Aleister Black, great on the mic. Absolutely. And then the thing about that is that with Aleister Black and Zelena Vega is it'd be a great pairing for them to go for Zelena Vega to go dark. Even though I know they're trying to figure out something with Aleister Black's character, it still doesn't feel like they lost a beat with his character. Like the only difference between how he started out to where he is now is that he's doing like a whole story. He started out with just pretty much wanting somebody to challenge him and offering an open door challenge, which was a great and cool gimmick, which they stopped and they should have never stopped.
Okay.
Now he's just doing a story thing, so he can add Zelena Vega to that. Like it's not like it's going to hinder anything from his character because Zelena Vega is already great. She can blend in well. Like it won't be a problem.
And I agree with you 100% on that. But my thing is, why pair them together right now when your women's division is almost sinking? It's not sinking, but it's just not. The women's division is not hitting like it was because, as we just talked about, you keep throwing Charlotte in that picture. And you got Alexa Bliss that's sitting around cutting some fire promos without Bray Wyatt, and she got this little toy doll that they supposed to be introducing who she is very soon. Really? So why not go ahead and give it to someone? I've read a rumor, and this is a rumor. I read, since we on this topic, that doll, that one of the wrestlers did I think it was a Instagram photo of being the doll. Y'all know who it was? It's not a rumor, it's true. Y'all know who that person was?
Paige?
No.
Thea Trinidad?
No. Sasha Banks was playing that role in the script that I read, that she was playing to be that doll to come in and be her side partner. But I'm saying is Sasha Banks can come back how she want to come back. But I think this is the best role for Zelena Vega. She got the dark side. She's great on the mic. We all know Alexa Bliss is great on the mic. And you can have two women that could coincide, take the women's division for a twist for a moment, because it looked like Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax's done.
I thank God. I hope so. Oh my God.
All right. So let me I'm gonna read these.
I throw another name out there for you, Trav. So instead of putting a big name and a well name out there, I got a name for you that should have been in that role initially, and that's kind of fizzling out. I would literally throw
Liv Morgan.
Don't say my girl.
Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
That's my girl. No, don't do that to her. Leave her
Okay,
alone.
okay. All right, hold
You
on.
know what, Alexa? You know what, Alexa? Alexa will
Leave
do.
her alone.
No,
You can
See,
mess with
go.
every woman in the WWE but two people.
Who's
That's
that?
Liv Morgan and Bianca Bella. Leave them alone.
no, but
Okay, all right.
think about it. You throw Liv with Alexa. Liv don't really got to talk because Alexa's talking more for Lily, and it'll be like. And remember, the doll is more so telling Alexa, "Hey, do this, do this," and Alexa's acting from what the doll says. So it'll give Liv Morgan a huge push that she's trying to go doing the Rusev angle, which fizzled out.
Okay.
And then it'll like give her a spark.
I'm not
Okay.
okay. I'm gonna say this, Sean. I'm gonna let you say that. I'm not against it only because y'all do know Liv Morgan was the original Sister Abigail, and then they changed it at the last minute, gave it to Alexa Bliss. So I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Go ahead,
Right.
Sean.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. I'm gonna just read the comments and then I'm gonna go into it because Josue actually said exactly what I was going to say. But I'll give a reason. I give the reason why, the legitimate reason why I think Liv Morgan would be a better Lily. Anthony Cobb says they know what they're doing with Aleister Black. You can't rush what he's doing right now. Keep him active with the promos until he finds his mark. Josue says Joe wanted to go to AEW, but the backstage heat, with the backstage heat, they turned him down. Also, Anthony says they're building Black to be the next Undertaker, and I'm all here for that. Josue says Liv would be better with Alexa than Zelena. See, this is the thing, though. Zelena, see, this is the thing. It's like, so we're talking about building new superstars. We're talking about putting people in prime positions that's going to make them a star and avenues that work. So if you take Zelena Vega and you put Zelena Vega in the position of being the Lily, and you want to build Liv Morgan as a top competitor, where does Liv Morgan go? What does Liv Morgan do? She's going to continue on in the Riot Squad? No, the Riot Squad has already been flattened. They're dead. They're not doing anything major. If you take Liv Morgan, you put it in the position of Lily, which is already a hot angle that's going on. Liv Morgan will be pushed up to that place already. Then you take Zelena Vega, who's already with a popular superstar like Aleister Black, and you pair them together, then you already have Zelena Vega, being pushed up, prompted up as well. So again, right then and there, you have two female superstars who have been pushed up to being in higher positions as female performers versus just one female superstar, just having that position. Because if Zelena Vega takes the place of Lily, Liv Morgan is just stuck in the Riot Squad getting beat up every week. You know what I'm saying, on Raw or every other Raw. You know what I mean? So it makes sense to put them in those positions.
So why can't you? Why if you did push Selena Vega, and this is the match I would love to see, if you did push Selena Vega in that spot, why we can't see Ruby Riott versus Liv Morgan? That'd be a decent match, I think. I'm not saying. Here's my thing. I'm not saying that I'm against what you guys are saying. I'm not against either one of them being alongside Alexa or Aleister Black. But I think right now, Aleister Black character doesn't need a sidekick because they have misused him 2 times. So for right now, if Selena Vega is not coming in as his manager like she did with Andrade, then I don't want to see him with no sidekick right now. Right now, build his character up under this dark storytelling guy and let it take its place. And then once he get a couple wins, a couple dark matches under him, then you turn around and you give him Selena Vega. But you can put who you want to as Lily. I don't care.
All right. Anthony Cobb says, yeah. He says, yeah. How has Heat with a he says, how has Heat with a lot of guys in AEW locker room? I read that somewhere. So he's saying that Joe has a lot of heat with guys in AEW locker room. I read that somewhere. A lot of guys there complain about him being being too physical. Sometimes I don't see how it's wrestling. It's physical sport. Laugh out loud. Man up. You sign up for this. Let's go to the next. We gotta go to the next topic because we definitely running low. Trav has
Yes, sir.
some things he wants to talk to us about, some news, some topics. So I'm sorry. Before we even go to that, Jay still has some more news and rumors for us real quick. WWE seeks to freshen up new faces on Raw.
Yeah, where's the article? One second. Okay, boom. All right. So, WWE is looking to freshen up Raw with brand new faces. WWE needs to generate new stars and to make up for those nostalgic legends from the past who currently dominate the company's marketing. Making new superstars is important, and there is reportedly a push on the Red brand to freshen things up. According to Russell Votes, WWE is considering giving Damian Priest a big push on the Raw brand. Another idea floating around is to move Aleister Black over to Monday nights. The overall idea is to introduce fresh faces. It's also noted that RK Bros formation has awakened some big names from the top of the Raw roster. There's a backstage chatter recently that the Raw roster needs some fresh faces. Two ideas I've heard about are Damian Priest getting a big opportunity and Aleister Black moving over. Orton and AJ have tag team roles and have left the top a bit weak. We'll have to wait and see what happens down the line. Damian Priest has a Lumberjack match against The Miz at Wrestlemania Backlash. If they keep him on television, then Priest could be a big star. Vince McMahon obviously likes his look, and since he falls in that kind of superstar who has historically received the spotlight. Aleister Black's situation is a bit different. His wife, Zelena Vega, is coming back to the company, as Ringside News exclusively reported. The current idea is to bring her back to the main roster. There are obviously a few options for both of them. Sadly, this report did not address Keith Lee's situation. Raw could really use the limitless presence right now.
Facts. I mean, those things are not bad to do. I mean, you don't go wrong. Right now, Damian Priest could go for a big push. I'm not gonna say the title picture right now, but I mean, it wouldn't hurt to give him a big push. Aleister Black can be on either show. I don't think that's a big idea.
Yeah, it's not too big for me. I should have dropped this subject after we finished talking about Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss. But
yeah.
So Jay.
Yeah, so we kind of touched about it. Let's see.
So y'all already know who she gonna be? Who Lily gonna be, huh?
So Lily's supposed to be Sasha Banks.
No,
well, I seen a picture. I seen a picture of her teasing people. She was dressed up, and Alexa commented on her post. I'm gonna have to start sending them to you, Sai. But okay. It was a story that I saw just today, I think, where she was dressed up, had the little black makeup on and stuff like that. And then it was a fresh look for her. I would have liked to see it, but I doubt we see it. But go ahead, Jay.
All right. And it's funny because I have my secretary, as we all know, and anytime we say Miss Bliss's name, Miss Bliss' first name, and is loud enough, she picks it up. So she just was talking like, "Hey, I don't understand what you're saying." So it was kind of funny. But yeah, so and it's sad I gotta say it too. But Alexa Bliss and the Fiends seem to have split up. WrestleMania signified Bliss turning on Bray Wyatt's character and then disappearing, and then disappeared after one final Firefly Funhouse segment during the Raw after WrestleMania. What is WWE planning for Bliss next? The former women's champion introduced a doll named Lily. We have no idea what's going on in her head, as each week it seems that Lily is encouraging her to do some very destructive things. No matter what Bliss does, Lily made her do it. It is noted that on PW Insider that WWE could have a very interesting end game for this storyline. It is said that Bliss may end up managing the live version of the doll. There's also a chance that Lily is simply a storyline device that will fade away, and when the time comes. WWE is already cashing in on the new Bliss Lily merchandise in a big way to their official shop. It's not likely that they will cut it out as long as the merchandise keeps selling. We'll have to wait and see what's in Alexa Bliss's future, but it seems like there are some bizarre things in store.
On Amazon Music.
No, Alexa, don't play Future. Alexa, stop.
Alexa's like, how we playing Future? You want me to play Future today? Oh man,
she about to cut it off. But yeah, I mean, we talked about it, but you know, it is what it is. It doesn't matter what they do with Lily because right now, I'm just waiting to see what Alexa Bliss gonna do. Right now, Lily is my last worry unless they make her a real character.
All right. Why Cesaro won't perform the UFO often?
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey, you got a lot of stuff to talk about, bro.
I know. Cesaro feels why he won't perform the UFO often in WWE. Cesaro is undoubtedly one of the most talented in-ring superstars in all of WWE and has consistently proven that fact with his matches over the years. At WrestleMania 37, he squared off against Seth Rollins, and to the delight of fans, he used a signature move called the UFO. Cesaro used this move a lot back in the days when he was in the indie circuit run, but hasn't used the match much in WWE. It seemed there is a reason for that. While speaking to Metro UK, Cesaro said that he won't be using the UFO move very often, and it will save it for special occasions only. I mean, I waited 9 years to do it. I'm not going to do it again and again and again. It's called the UFO for a reason. You don't see those guys. You don't see those every night, right? So it has to be special. For me, it was For me, it's really cool that one of those I'll do it. I hope the fans will remember it and still like it. And they did. It's very humbling and cool to see, so it made me proud. The move was a huge highlight of Cesaro's win over Seth Rollins. We will have to wait and see what WWE has planned for Cesaro, as certainly has a lot of momentum behind him right now.
I think he explained it well. It's a UFO. You don't see it often, so no, I don't want to see it every night. That told it all right there.
Yeah, he definitely and that's good because now he's protecting the move. It's not being overutilized. It's coming at special occasions.
Right.
Jimmy versus Jay.
Yeah.
We touched on it a little bit earlier.
Yeah. So I think, and this is just me, in my opinion, it wasn't nothing big, but I see it coming. Jimmy versus Jay is a necessary right now because of the Roman Reigns situation. Jimmy wanted to be nobody's, So I don't think it wasn't a rumor or anything, but it's something that I saw that was a big situation right now with the feud that they got going on. I don't know if y'all saw it, but I read today Roman Reigns' message to Jimmy was, don't call me, don't text me, don't FaceTime me, don't add me at the messenger group. He was like, yo, just don't have no communication with me up until Friday night. We're going to do it live on my show. I read that today. So I don't see them putting Jimmy in a title picture right now unless Cesaro suffered some severe injuries last night. But I do see Jimmy versus Jay coming down the line. I do see Roman Reigns throwing Jay in the middle of all this and saying, hey, meet your brother, bring him to the table, or you out. So I see that coming.
Yeah. So Roman said that to Jay?
Yeah, no, he said that to Jimmy.
He said it to Jimmy.
The brother.
Don't text me, don't call me. Okay.
Yeah, he said that to Jimmy.
Yeah, I read that also. That's very true. I read that.
Yeah, he said, don't text me, don't call me, don't FaceTime me, don't add me in the group messenger or nothing like that. We're gonna talk about it Friday night on his show. So look for a segment on that Friday night.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely okay. All right, so we definitely got to see how that works out. But I can see that happen. I see what you're saying. I can see that happen. I definitely can see that. Happen. I can definitely see that happen. AEW still in Stone Cold moments. Yeah, so I seen the video. Who was it? You were doing that post?
I posted it, bro. Listen. I'm not an AEW fan. I don't watch AEW yet.
God.
But when I saw that on Google or wherever I saw that, it literally lit a fire under my ass. Excuse my language. Yo, listen, I understand AEW is trying to build their characters. They're trying to build their name. They're trying to build their brand. But I'm more pissed off at Jericho being a part of that than I am AEW. You cannot take one of the greatest moments in WWE history and try to mimic it on your show.
Yeah.
Man, that made me so freaking mad. It was like, I went back and I watched the video of it. So they decided to use wine. Wine is slick alcohol. Stone Cold used beer. You got to understand, this man came out every night, drunk 5 and 6 beers every night. That's what made it a classic. And for AEW to try to steal that moment, it was a spit in WWE face. It was a spit in Stone Cold face. And I feel like Jericho should really pick up the phone and say, hey, look, Stone Cold, we meant no disrespect. I apologize. It was just something we came up with on the fly. Make him a lie. But that is absolutely unacceptable, AEW. Y'all are not going to win fans like that. Because that was one of the greatest. That's got to be like the top 5 greatest moments in WWE history when Stone Cold did that. It wasn't only on Vince McMahon, but I think who else was in the ring? Wasn't The Rock in the ring when he did that?
The corporation.
The corporation.
But Trap, think about it like this. Jericho was just on the Stone Cold podcast. Do you not think that they possibly had this conversation prior to?
I get that, but here's my thing, though. I get it. They probably did have that conversation. But let's be real. It's certain things you don't want to see. And I'm going to take this for a prime example.
I agree.
Look at it this way. I'm going to use a TV show, for example. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? We all loved that show as a kid. But if they came out with it today, you wouldn't want to see it. That's a moment in history that I saw with my bare eyes, and I never wanted to see it reincarnated, or I never wanted to see it done again. AEW can't do that. You can't do that. That's not gonna get me to watch it. I'm sorry. I'm about 3 more years away from that, watching AEW after that stuff.
You know what? Like the only moment that mimicked that moment of the bear bath that I really accepted because it was funny and it made sense when they did it was when Kurt Angle came out with the milk truck. And it was funny because it was almost like a mock to a great moment, but because of the humor behind it, it made a great moment. So
and it was still WWE's idea that they just recreated their moment. But I agree with Trav. AEW taking it was
right. And when Kurt Angle did it, he did it to Austin. And when he did it to Austin was just standing there like this, like, are you serious? Are you seriously going to sit there and spray me with milk? And when you watch the moment, like the first, like when Austin did it to the corporation, it was like, oh my God, like they, fumbling on the rings, falling around. When he did it to Austin was like, you can't be serious. Like Austin had this look on his face, like, are you serious? Milk? Right. Milk out of all this. So it made sense. But AEW doing that was just like, all right, you guys got to be more original now. But you can't. It takes something.
I understand if Austin was in AEW, I would be more acceptance to it. But the fact that he created that moment in WWE, you can't do that when you're trying to be a bigger brand in WWE, or you're just trying to be as big as WWE. I think you got too many great minds over in AEW to try to mimic that moment. You got Jericho, you got Tony, you got John Moxley. You got a lot of WWE guys over there in your brand where you don't have to try to create these moments. You gotta pay homage to who paved the way. And I think one of those moments paved the way for a lot of wrestlers to come in with something unique versus coming into their regular interest. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, but that was definitely that was something else. But time's up, guys. We gotta close the show. Again, we thank you guys for joining. If you are catching us on Facebook Live, give us a thumbs up. Drop a comment in the comment section below. If you're catching us on YouTube Live, give us a thumbs up. Give us a comment in the comment section below and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. We want to hear from you. This is Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. We are here to talk to wrestling fans, and we want to know what you guys think concerning wrestling and concerning these topics. So now we are signing off. Again, we will be coming to you live tomorrow to discuss Raw, the fallout of Backlash, and then we'll be coming back with you on next Monday to talk about what happened during SmackDown and the fallout with SmackDown and NXT and so forth. All right, guys. So we are signing off. I am your host, Saheem the Dream.
With your boy, J Mac Main.
With your boy, Travis Bayless.
Yes, sir. And we will see you guys later. Peace.